what I was saying was the me being locked up before, right? People don't be realizing it whenever I say that I'm talking about something like new, or talking about something old that everybody it's old to everybody else, but it's new to me, right? So me playing Elden Ring, even though Elden Ring was kind of popular when I just got out, but I want to play Red Dead. I was thinking about I'm like I want to play Red Dead Redemption. I know somebody's gonna be like, you here? You don't know about this? You don't know about that? No, bro, I was locked up. Like, come on. But the parole thing is what really hits people because I was talking to Bum about that, and I'm like, yo, you don't even realize because they kept asking me about Red Dead is Fire. I do want to play it. They kept asking me about the ticket and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not really saying nothing too much, but I know that I gotta go through more to get to DreamCon than they do because I have to ask for permission to go. And that's not the topic of this right now. We're gonna be talking about the Tony Statovci video about fan service. You never played Red Dead either. I will soon. Yeah, I'm a definitely play it. How many versions is it? Barbarino, what's up? What's up, Barbarino? Um, yeah, but so and I can't wait because when I do, you still play it sometimes. When I do get off parole, it changes things. Like Japan, California, Africa, Zimbabwe. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Like I'm not a like a super. There's a lot of people who I didn't even think about this too. There's a lot of people who were around me when I first came home from prison in 2022, and everybody wanted to go on these trips. Everybody wanted to do this, wanted to do that. Just imagine me sitting there putting in paperwork and doing all these different things so I could go somewhere to spend money and come back and be broke. That's always the biggest thing with me. People do this and then wonder why they be in certain situations because they'll go from this place to that place. They'll go to all these different places. You've been all over, but you always come back broke. And then you gotta hustle just to get right to go on the next trip. It's like your whole life just becomes hustling to go on these trips, but you stay broke. That's why I be liking when DDG breaks down certain things sometimes. A lot of people don't like DDG, but he got mad knowledge and he be breaking down a lot of stuff. And I used to listen to a lot of stuff he said when I first came home before I even knew that, he was basically the the quote unquote most hated and troll king and stuff like that. But yeah, man, he he was talking about like things that people will do, and then you're trying to get in the position and you wonder why you're not in that position yet. It's like, bro, stop doing this because this is taking away from your money. Stop doing this because this is taking away from your money. Like people that would, you know, always in the loud, always with this, always with that, and then be like they can't pay for this. But that thing is not a necessity. Going on the trips is not a necessity. Wallow talks about it all the time. Like, yo, just struggle, bro. Suffer for a few years. Take a few summers off. I came home in 2022. I took 3 summers off. Take them off, bro. Take them summers off. But I don't know. People a lot of times don't listen until I guess maybe the coolest person says it to them. You know what I mean? And that's what we gonna talk about today. Because Tony Statovci, my boy Tony Statovci, that's the wrong one. My boy Tony Statovci. This is interesting. So we're gonna watch this video. I wanna look at this video. It's in my stories like crazy. I know Guadalupe seen it. Mad people seen it in my stories. But the fan service thing, I've been talking about it. Everybody's like, it's not such a big deal. It's not a big deal. But I said, yo, forget and it's supposed to be for teens. So that's the part that's not really for you, or that's why it's like that, blah blah blah. But this is what I see. If I would have made the video though, this certain things is just not for you. I think if I would have made a skit like this, because I said it multiple times, where I was like, bro, what about the artists? Like, how does the artist act? For y'all that be in the chat always, y'all know. I was like, yo, how does the artist act? The 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 artist, when he's drawing this, it's gotta be weird, right? Like, it's gotta be strange to do. I was always saying that, and and everybody would act like, nah, they would act like I'm bugging for saying that. But this is exactly what he did. This is exactly what he played out, and this is exactly how I see it. I see it actually worse. Um, but I'm gonna just play it. I'm gonna just play it.
Ooh, yeah. And a little of these, yeah, and a lot of these, ooh, and we're done. Oh my gosh.
Yup, they're gonna love this one.
Another day's work done. Oh, I almost forgot to draw an inappropriate brother and sister relationship. What was I thinking? Ooh.
Yo, good morning. What's up? What's up? How are you doing this morning? I'm good. I'm good. I'm great because Tony Statovci did this. I'm great. I'm great, bro. This is super crazy. It's super crazy. Somebody sitting there, and then see what he's not even getting into even more is that character that's being drawn, right? That he showed that character being drawn is like 15, 16 years old. Like, bro, you, I've drawn. I'm an artist. Tony came at the right time with this video. Wonder if he talk about Fire Force. There's mad people in the chat that's like, of course he talk. I mean, in his comments, like, yo, of course he talk. That's Fire Force, and that's probably why. To be honest, like the next episode, he watches anime. The next episode of Fire Force is about to be crazy. In the preview, they show you Tamaki just in a crazy position. It's basically something else. You know what I mean? Like, what was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of that? So, um, I was looking at this and I was like, wow. And I noticed that he usually gets a lot. I don't know if where it's at now, but I'm like, this didn't get as many likes as I see with certain stuff. You know why? And I've done stuff like that too, where you make certain videos and it's like that's really how you feel. You don't care if it don't get a whole lot of yo, what's up, Vegeta. You don't really care if it don't get a whole lot of attention because it's like that's really how you felt, and the people that vibe with it is gonna vibe with it. But there's a lot of people that seen it that didn't want to because what happens is hit dogs holler, bro. Hit dogs holler. I bet you it had a lot of comments probably. Some people don't see it as a big deal. Some people don't see it as a big deal, bro. I'm just thinking about cause they're like, yo, you could just look over it. I'm just thinking about the artist when he makes it. The artist when he makes it, and he's sitting there like, bro, I did art. I do art from time to time. In your mind, the entire time you're drawing this, what is going on up here when this is a character like Tamaki, you know, Don stuff. Like that's why I don't watch Don. Like you drawing stuff like that, and what are you doing, bro? Ooh yeah, this is exactly what the 16-year-olds were like. Cause I remember when I was 16, they loved. Let me make them bigger. Ooh yeah, like bro, what are you doing? It's so wild, bro. I just we overlook certain parts, and that's really the job of a comedian to not overlook those things. We're supposed to be super specific. That's why every comedian. That's why you had the famously Jerry Seinfeld was what was he Jerry Seinfeld was famously like, did you ever notice? Did you ever think about? Because the thing is, that's what comedians are. Like that's why I know I'm good as a comedian because I do overthink things. And that's what you need to do as a comedian. Is to overthink things. I'm sorry I voted for Don to be animated of the year. I told you already. I already told you. I feel like, and people say I'm bugging for this. I feel like if you are a female or if you are under a certain age, it is okay for you to like that because I feel like it's really more for y'all. Like especially like shonen is literally means young boy, right? and then women, we're talking about something that's a female. So like I feel like that's up to the females of whether they want to feel some type of way about that. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to my fellow guys. That's who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw a video just a little while ago with like the AMP crew. Oh yeah, I put the filling in. And in the back, you see, I put the temporary filling in. Off topic right now. Um, Sophia from my chat put me on about the temporary filling. So we're gonna test it out today. I'm still putting an appointment to get things fixed because this is this is embarrassing. But the temporary filling is in, and it was not that difficult to put in. It does feel awkward because I'm not a dentist, so I didn't set it right. Like I said it like a certain way. Like I'm gonna be kind of crooked for a little while. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. Like I'm gonna be sitting on one big wheel up in here. But yeah. But yeah, I feel like because I told you before like how I feel about that, where it's like, you know, we grew I grew up like that. My new shiny teeth. Anybody know from Timmy Turner? I I I gotta look over some of that stuff again. You know what was my favorite? What was always my favorite was Invader Zim. Invader Zim was always my favorite. Tony Savage is literally like my favorite comedian right now. Far as social media. I know he was at DreamCon last year. I wonder if he's gonna be here this year. Um, what is he saying in this?
Oh, so you a celebrity now? Nah, I mean I'm known. You know, it's cool. I don't want to be like I saw this picture of LeBron one time, man, and he was outside eating with somebody, and like it was like a pavilion. Not a pavilion. It was like you know what I mean, just outside eating in this restaurant. It was a nice restaurant, and there was just like a sea of people just kind of surrounding. Like there was a fence because you know for the establishment, but there was a sea of people just watching, and I was like, man, that is awful. And that's another thing that I've been like realizing about content about like being like big and like having a lot of numbers and a lot of people and like and while it's great, it's a blessing. It really is like genuinely, it's a blessing. Um, it's also two things can be true at the same time. It's not healthy, and by that I mean it's just no matter how strong minded you are, how much you know yourself, all of that. It's just not healthy to have this many people be able to immediately see you, hear you, comment on you, develop thoughts about you, and then you're able to like read that. Just you know, and I don't even mean this in a bad way. I never really see anybody say anything like bad or mean towards me. The occasional, I'm not funny, but I more so mean just like I don't know. It just don't feel human. It just don't feel human, and I've been really thinking about like what is very human and what's not, and this just isn't, and that's okay. I still love it. It's just no matter like everything has like a.
I disagree. I disagree right there. I disagree. No, take care of your mental health, but I disagree that that it's not that you shouldn't that a person shouldn't have because basically what he's saying is like he's like basically it's like you shouldn't have access to knowing what that many people think about you and also like I guess to have that much attention. I disagree. I just think that what it is it's like it depends on really your tolerance of it, and I think also it depends on how you feel about it because it's almost like any other thing. You do have to build up a tolerance for it. I think you have to see me. I've always kind of been in that situation because like when I was locked up, I do things so different. I really don't. I used to always call it TMZ. I used to be that was the way I like adapted with it and kind of like I used to be like um I used to say yo it's just TMZ because I thing that pops in my head right now I had ordered um I didn't order it. I think family sends you like clothes a lot of times. So like my peoples had sent me like sneakers. They said, "What do you want?" I said, "Yo, I want some pink sneakers." All right, and somebody would look at me like that's crazy. Like, why you want pink sneakers in prison? It's like because I want pink sneakers. I never cared where I was. You see what I'm saying? Like, there was this thing of like submitting to the environment, and I never submitted to the environment. And my thing was, somebody would be like, if you wear this, this might happen. I'm like, bro, nothing's gonna happen to me. Damn it. Ah, hold on. I actually gotta take this. Hold on. Hello?
Hi, Darian.
Yeah.
This is Deborah calling from Roger Miller's office at Miller Financial.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know your tax documents are available and ready for pickup.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Yeah, nah, my bad. I had to take that real quick. I had to take that real quick. Grown up stuff. Grown up stuff. Grown up stuff. Grown up stuff. You know it's grown up stuff when they're like, Darian. Can y'all hear me over there now? But yeah, I used to call it like TMZ because I wanted certain things, and then, you know, I think I passed that part. Yeah. So I was talking about the sneakers. So I had got pink sneakers, and they was fire. I used to get complimented all the time by them. I just they was the government name. They was like suede Pumas with the gum bottom, and the gum bottom was like see through or whatever, but like it was just fire. It was like another color. So all of the women would always compliment me. They liked them and everything. But then there would be a guy like, yo, you got pink sneakers on, right? And I would be like, I ain't never wanted like a guy to like my sneakers. I really don't care, right? And then there's the other side. You know, there's the other side of like people thinking like, oh, you wearing those, this might happen, or somebody might think you this. I literally never cared about that. I never cared about that because my thing is, I was like, bro, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. That's first of all, right? Second of all, it's like, bro, that is submitting to something. When I can't even be myself for fear of whatever, that's submitting to the environment. It's submitting to something that I don't want to submit to. So that's why I was like, I don't really care. I'm gonna just do what I'm doing. I'm trying to find an area to click outside of this. Why is there like nothing? Everything's like overlapped. Crazy right now. Okay, got it. So I was used to that already. That was the point of what I was saying with all of that. Don't worry. Sometimes I go off track, but I'll be back every time. I'll be back every time. So, yeah, I was like, I was used to that because of that. Also, I didn't have. They don't let you dye your hair, so I would have the when everybody was rocking it, they was calling it the thought cut or something like that. Where everybody was rocking, where like the sides was cut into like a fade, and then the top was sponged out and everything. I had that. Russell Westbrook had it for a while. I think he was the first person I saw with it. So I was rocking that. Nobody in there had their hair like that. I had my hair like that, right? And then I also was learning how to cut my hair. So I was zeking myself like crazy. I was messing it up. I was messing up the fade. It would be like it would be not faded where it's like no hair. Like just abrupt change. No hair. Like, man, quick. And I didn't care. So people was like, I always had attention on me because of doing different things and being different. And literally, that's a lot of times what happens with fame, with attention. It's like, so people are different and then they put a camera on themselves and then you see the different, right? Some people just have a talent and then they have that. That's why some people, you see a certain type of situation happen with them where they actually don't have talent, or they actually aren't using their talent. What they're doing is they're just being noticeable, right? I'm doing noticeable and I actually like am showcasing my talent of being able to speak, being able to tell jokes and write jokes and when I was drawing before, you know what I mean? So I always was used to that. I was always getting all that attention. And it used to bother me at one point. But I built up, like, I embraced it because I was going to be who I wanted to be. And I kind of always wanted to be, like, in front of, like, the public eye. So every time something would happen, I would say to my friend, I was like, TMZ. One day, I remember I had got something had happened. One of my friends was at an event because they would have events in there, like different events. He was at like some type of festival event, some type of barbecue or some shit. He was there, and then he came back. Matter of fact, before he came back, I had gotten in trouble with something. I was on the phone and I didn't want to get off the phone. So they like, all right, well, you got to stay in here because I didn't want to get off the phone. So I'm stuck. I had gotten in trouble. Man, when he came back, he said the story that came to him was so wild. People had told him that this happened to me and that happened to me and this happened to me. Bro, I was out by the time he got back. Like, one thing I know how to do is speak, for one. And especially, like, I remember it was mad funny because I said, yo, who is working? They was like, such and such. She's strict. I said, is that, you talking about a woman? It was like, yeah. I said, tell her, come in. Oh, it's Goku. Chill, son, chill. Yo, thank you for pulling up, Goku. I was like, because my thing, I was like, bro, guys, it be a lot of, like, testosterone. But a woman, bro, I just vibe differently with women, man. I can always, like, I was raised by women. My pops wasn't around. I was raised by women. Me not being able to talk to a woman is crazy work. It's crazy work. So I was like, let me just talk to her. And I was out. I spoke to her. She came over there. Big burly woman. That's why she be scaring everybody, because she move like a dude. Like, I spoke to her. I said what I had to say to her and everything. We was good. I was out. But the whole TMZ thing was that all of them had went and told him this crazy story. So I'm used to this stuff by now. You know what I'm saying? It don't bother me. And I think that's what it is. It's like when you build up a tolerance. Somebody like LeBron. That don't bother LeBron? Was that the other Guadalupe? Nah, I don't know who that was. We was calling her something else. We was calling her something else because she was like, what's the one from that they had, she used that sound, mom. No, he said don't say mom, but my mom. She kind of looked like that character. You have sent the photo. Nobody cares. So yeah, it's like that's built up. For certain people, it's not built up. So what he's saying, yeah, muscle man. So what he's saying, thank you, Guadalupe, appreciate you. The Hakai, somebody got Hakai in the chat. So with that, what he showed with LeBron, bro, LeBron has built up a tolerance to that. He was 14, 15, 16 with the entire Akron focused on him. Everybody, like, since he was young, he's built up a tolerance to that you can't even understand. So when you build up a tolerance to that, I can understand if you go from this to this. I honestly feel like Tony's more of like a more of a private person. He also, kind of like moved into that spotlight. What, probably like a little later? I think he was in college or had just got out of college. And then for some people, it's just like, he seems like a very, like, down-to-earth, more private person. Kai Snap be seeming the same way. Like, more real down-to-earth, private person and stuff. But then you got people like LeBron, right? Or myself, where it's like, bro, he was way younger with it. But, bro, when I tell you the stuff that I was dealing with for like, real young, real young, I was always into that. My pops used to record us, so I was used to being on camera a lot because he would record us for everything because he was a videographer. So he recorded us for everything. Then it's so many different situations. It's gonna be different for each person what tolerance they build up to that. I can get along with anybody. I can pick up bad vibes. Yeah, I'm the same way. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the heart, me, Guadalupe. So that's why I say it's different. It's different. Like I said, like, I feel weird when I don't. I've never had to go, like, get it, but I feel weird when I don't have all of that attention, to be honest, because I've had it for so long, from when I was a kid, with all the stuff I was doing, and then growing up, because I was involved in a lot of like just wild stuff, because I was always doing this and getting involved in mad stuff. But so I don't know. But back to the whole like the fan service thing. This is important. I mean, important. This is interesting. I said I'm done doing daily skits.
I had like a reawakening in LA, man. I started to feel very it was too formulaic. Started to get mundane. I started to question what I was really doing and why I was doing it. And I came to the conclusion I'm still gonna make content, absolutely. I'm still gonna make skits, but I don't think it's just gonna be the only thing I do, or like the 95% thing I do anymore. As y'all know, I like post a skit every day, and I've done that for years. And while I was in LA, I got real busy, and there was days I couldn't post, and I started to feel the type of way. I was like, nah, but I have to post. And then I was like, man, like, what am I doing this for? Like, I got a couple million here, a couple million there. Like, at this point, I'm just like unhealthily chasing it. And because I'm chasing it so much, I'm not chasing anything else. So I'm very aware with myself, and I know when I need to take a step back. So let me not say a step back. Let me say a pivot. I'm still gonna be making skits, but it's time for me to start, like, I don't know, using the paintbrush to paint different paintings.
I like that thought. How old am I? How old do you think I am? Yo, I like that thought, because I feel like sometimes people get stuck on the same thing. I've seen people get stuck on like the same thing, where they're just like doing the same thing over and over. I've seen that before, where people literally get stuck on the same thing, and I see them do the same thing for mad long, and then they wonder why they don't really have growth, and I think that's why. That was why when you guys were like everybody also, I'm on Twitch right now. That's why I'm showing everything. Everybody that came to me and was like, "Yo, you should do this. You should do that. You should do this." Thank you, Guadalupe. I went Guadalupe Hakata. Guadalupe was like, "So you just not gonna talk? You just gonna come in here and say, all right, take it easy." My mom's don't be playing games. You seen when Pinup Doll was like, "Why I'm not a mod?" Pinup Doll as a mod would not be pretty. Pinup Doll is my baby mother. Pretty Pinup Doll as a mod would not be pretty. Not at all. It would not, cause she would be modding everybody for nothing. She would be modding people. She would be going and looking at people. No viewers. Exactly. She would be going and looking at people's pages and seeing, oh, her breasts are too big. Mute. Block. I would have people come to me and be like, yo, I haven't been able to see, yo, Hakai and everybody. She'd be like, people would be coming up, I'm not able to see your content. What happened? Like you told me to like follow you. I haven't been able to see your content. I've never even been in your content before. Like I never even knew about you already. Oh man. Really, Edward? I'm sorry to hear that, Edward. It's out of my hands. Hakai. I'm gonna start doing walk-offs. I'm gonna start doing these like, oh really? Oh, that's how you feel? Hakai. I told you we need a graphic. We need a graphic, man. We need a graphic. Oh man, sir. But listen, I'm a comedian. I'm a moderates. I'm a comedian. So some things like that right there. But some things, like conversations. Give it time. Pose with your hand up so I can do an AI edit. Oh wait. I'm gonna give a few just so it can look right. Hakai. I gotta do a few. Gotta get my hands right. Hakai. Yo, but with the whole thing with the daily skits, and y'all understand, like, there's a few people when I came home that really kept me going and inspired me with social media. That was Black Boma and Tony Statovci. There's a few others. Just wait till somebody silly come in. that yeah, them I really like. I really was inspired by their stuff. Um, so that's why I like focus on looking at their stuff. That's why I'm like looking at Tony's stuff right now. I'm always looking at what Tony's doing and listening to him. There's so much stuff I've learned from him that I literally still use now. And I know the day when I meet him, hopefully hopefully he's not somebody that I just like. Cause that would be crazy. Like you meet him and you're like, I don't like this dude, bro. I don't know, that's messed up. But so when I look at this right now, it's like, damn, I'm thinking about it because I do stuff daily, but I'm not to that point. See what he's talking about? See, this is the thing too. People don't listen with like a nuance of how they listen. Y'all will be friends. I bet he cool as hell. I think he is a cool person. He seems very down to earth. But like, I got him in the worst shot right now too. Like, if somebody's gonna do this to me. He's like in the worst freeze frame right now for the rest of the video. For the rest of the video, but I'm a comedian, so I'm gonna leave it there. But so people will look at this advice and not realize, like, bro, this is situation specific. He has millions of followers. It makes sense for him to millions of followers. What he was doing got him to millions of followers, so now he's switching it up for something different, right? Like I have not nothing close to that right now, right? So it would be like somebody that's maybe at 100,000 should be like, I'm gonna do what he did. He's not doing it anymore to get to that point. I remember when he was doing 3 a days. He was doing 3 a days like crazy. And then I remember when he was telling people like, bro, I'm doing 3 a days. Can y'all relax? Because I think they had one more or something. But I do feel like that's true. And I ramble sometimes. I think that I actually said it. That was why I moved to doing this more. Because y'all had let me know, like, yo, you should do this more. And I agreed. Somebody was like, oh, if they tell you to jump, you're going to do it. I'm like, bro, no, because I wouldn't agree with it. I agreed with what y'all was saying. It made sense. You can hear something that somebody says, and then it vibes with what you're doing. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was already thinking about certain things like that. I just didn't know how to go about it. And now look, because I listen to y'all. Same thing happened when I wasn't doing comedy before. I listened to people in the chat. Same thing happened when I was doing videos and posting them on short form that was 2 minutes long, and somebody was like, yo, you got to bring it down to 40 seconds. Like, that's how it goes. But I'm wondering what's going to be like next for him. It seems like right now what's next, what he's doing is heavy Twitch. It seems like heavy Twitch, heavy YouTube, and going different places and stuff. It's also very strange. I would think after he had did that commercial that he would be in way more commercials. I'm waiting for that too. The other thing, he should do stand up. He did stand up one time. He should do heavy stand up. If I was him, and I know I'm not in that position, so I'm just talking. I'm talking the way I was talking to me, right? Talking as somebody who is a follower of his socials. He should do stand up. He should do the streaming thing that he's doing, and then he should do stand up and post those as the YouTubes. Straight stand up. A club a night, like hitting a club a night, and then another YouTube upload of the day after, and then do streams, and then like react to his own a joint, like really like breaking it down, like damn, okay, I did this, I did that, I did this, I should do this better. Maybe. I don't know about the reaction thing. Maybe you should leave that part. But yeah, stand up. I think stand up. And I think he would be good at stand up. Tell a friend who told a friend. Yep, appreciate you. Appreciate. I see him. Thank you. Oh, that's fire. That's fire. We're gonna look at those right now. We're gonna look at those right now. We're gonna look at those right now. Yo, Guadalupe. Send it to my email so we can look at it right now. Hold on. I'm gonna give you my email. That way I don't have to come out of this to look at it. I am still gonna like in the stream in a few, but I want it to be a part of this video. Matter of fact, maybe I should have it be a part of the next video. Yeah, I'm gonna have it be a part of the next video. But I'm gonna have it be a part of the video that I'm about to do. No matter of fact, I'm gonna have it be a part of the video I do later. I think that's probably the smartest thing, especially because I got a post right now. Yeah, she made it that quick. It's fire. It's fire. Yeah. All right, I'm about to get off of here. Guadalupe, send me those. I'm going to come back on. Y'all know the usual time. Just in case. I know Flyboy going to share the live to you just in case. Just in case like you busy or something at the time. And I'm gonna see y'all in a minute. Y'all take it easy. Oh yeah, and we gotta remember this. We gotta remember this with the modding. I don't know exactly the like how we should do it, but I don't want to like just be getting rid of everybody too soon. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to do a banter back and forth, but then you know what I'm saying. So I think what I'll do is if it's like egregious, cause you know what I mean, like where somebody's like violating like it's crazy, then just go. No. You good? You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong, Guadalupe. This is just I'm the type of person that I like to try to get ahead of things. So you didn't do nothing wrong now. It just made me think about the future, cause now I'm forward thinking. So now I'm thinking about damn, what if like somebody, cause I did this to Boma. I did this to Boma when we was doing a live together. Somebody came in that was actually her friend, and that usually just trolls her and plays around with her. And then I caught him, and then she was like, no, right? But I don't know that. I'm like, dude, what's his? She was talking about something serious. He came in talking about Jiren. I'm like, yo, get out of here. What are you doing right now? You see what I'm saying? So I didn't know that, because if it was somebody else, she would have told me to Hakai him. So I didn't know. So what we're gonna do is, if it's egregious, like it's crazy, yeah. So like, yeah, wait till I tell you, unless it's crazy. You know what I mean by crazy? The dudes that just come in and be saying the most foul, crazy, like you can't even believe that made it through type stuff, or somebody that's just like violating. But y'all, we know each other, so y'all gonna know me. Y'all gonna know me to the point where y'all gonna be like, all right, nah, that person gotta go. He would tell me that person gotta go. But if it's not to that level, give me a chance to like banter, and then I'm gonna let you know, because I really do be wanting to have and some people like bro the other day actually pull up and get reformed. Like that was crazy. He pulled up and said a little. It wasn't crazy. Came in and was like kind of trying to make fun of me or something like that. I cooked him, and then I laid out who he was. I told his future, right? You know what I'm saying? I read his poems, and then I educated him. So those opportunities, we don't want to get away from those. That was cool. That was a cool situation. Reform is fire. That was a cool situation, and I feel like he probably learned a lot from that. So that's the way we're gonna do it. That's the way we're gonna do it. I gotta tell Peanut too, cause Peanut no. I gotta tell Peanut too though. Yeah, Yeah, you saw that, right? Yeah, that was crazy. Cause he pulled up. He was talking crazy. I kicked it with him real quick. Cause my thing is always, I'ma let you realize how dumb what you just said is first. Some people realize it and then be like, yeah, you right, bro. I'm gonna follow you. Da 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 da. That's real growth. Then some people crash out because they realize they wrong. Well, guess what? Okay. That's why I'll be like, yo, y'all, get him out of here. you know? So, yeah. I like that. But I'm gonna go post. Also, we got My Hero Academia Vigilantes today. So, forgot all about that. What's going on? Right? And then we're gonna be reacting to those Hakai pictures that Guadalupe sent. So be sure to send those to my email so I could look at them on here and everything. All right, I'm gonna see y'all in a few. Y'all take it easy. Peace.